Our country is doing really badly under them, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Well, if we're doing really badly, it wouldn't matter. Right? If we're doing really badly and nobody wants to talk about it, could it be there's nothing to talk about? All right.
The media doesn't like talking about it because the Democrats, they really protect themselves. It's pretty amazing. Someday the media
protect themselves from what?
It's going to become real media instead of fake media, and you're going to see a big difference in the country.
All right, I got to say, right now his, I'm going to see if I can fix this real quick, because it should lower it a little bit. You can see that his hair, there's a weird thing about, like, right, are we doing this? All right, come here. Here you go. His hair is starting to fall right here. Like, it was up before, and over this time, like, the weight of it has just started going down.
Real incomes are down.
Like my hair.
$2,000 a year since...
$2,000 a year. Post-pandemic, based on what?
She took office. Kamala cast the tie-breaking votes that gave us the worst inflation in American history, costing a typical family $28,000. And under Kamala, we have fallen into manufacturing.
Typically, what would they spend that $28,000 on? Typically, what was the added cost? Typically.
Recession with 13,000 manufacturing jobs lost in the United States since just the start of this year. I don't know if you all know that, but that's what's happened.
No. No. Not at all.
And it'll happen here, and it'll happen in this plant. It'll happen.
Yeah, it's all right. You guys are all fired. Yeah, I was like, you're fired. Right.
Everywhere, if she gets in.
She's already in. She's the vice president. You're blaming her for everything, so she's been in control this whole time, is what you're saying.
If Kamala gets in, the United States...
She's in. Dude, you've been making the case that she's the vice president, but he's a doddering old man, so clearly she's running things, I guess, with Obama or some shit. So what do you mean if?
States will rapidly become a deindustrialized third world nation, like so many others have become. She's running on...
You mean the third world nations that are third world nations, or other states?
Socialist price controls, banning gas-powered cars and trucks and private health insurance.
Well, they don't ban them. They just 2/3 of cars, commuter cars sold that have no extra duty, say they're not for professional use or whatever, should be electric by 2030 or whatever.
Insurance policies are gone. She wants to defund the police, abolish cash bail. She wants to abolish it immediately, cash bail.
No, she doesn't.
She wants to abolish ICE, get rid of the incredible, brave patriots of ICE who...
No, she doesn't.
Take MS-13 gang members, probably.
Oh, fuck. Now he's going to tell the MS-13 gang member story again? This is... fuck. It's already boring. You don't have to bore us with the hits. Real quick. I just started reading... Kamala's book, Smart on Crime. And I'm enjoying it quite thoroughly. Let's see. I don't know why. And this is, here, I'll show you what this is, again, what dicks the New York Times are. Here's the New York Times. Kamala Harris and the return of tough on crime. Over her career, her rhetoric has tracked the national mood, so do Americans now want a prosecutor-in-chief? This is the... Good God. Now, when Kamala Harris published her first book in 2009 recounting her experience as a California prosecutor, she called it Smart on Crime. That phrase would come to signal a kinder, gentler approach, but that is not how Ms. Harris meant it. She meant the book's marketing copy proclaiming making the criminal justice system truly not just rhetorically tough, By the time she ran for president in 2019, she was no longer talking tough. She called herself a progressive prosecutor and proposed to end the death penalty, mandatory minimum sentences, and cash bail. The left was not buying it. Progressives said her record was just slightly less awful than that of traditional prosecutors, measured success by their conviction rates. The left wing of the Democratic Party helped push her out of the race. If they'd read the book, they'd know that she was tough on violent crime and supportive of of those kind of things, no cash bail and stuff for nonviolent crimes. But they don't make that distinction.
The worst gang anywhere in the world. Horrible situation. They take them out, and they take them out bravely. They're strong, they're fierce, and they love our country. She wants to give free health.
Right, so why are you boring them to death?
Health care for millions of illegal aliens and give them all citizenship.
Yeah, that's I've heard that before. Where have I heard that before? Hold on.
Free health care for illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Into the United States immediately. And she then wants to sign them up for Medicare and Social Security. And she wants them to vote illegally if possible. Any way they can vote. They don't care.
What the fuck? She wants them to vote illegally if possible. Like she'd rather them not become citizens and vote illegally. This is just weird. Again, weird.
It's legal or not. And they're signing people up as we speak.
No, they are not.
They're signing them up as we speak.
No, they are not.
They don't care.
Yes, they do.
They don't care about the law.
Yes, they do.
Laws. Very simply, Kamala Harris is an economy wrecker and a...
Yeah, that's very simple. It's a good phrase. Economy wrecker. Did you workshop that shit? I got to say, right now, you're batting like in the sort of, I don't know, the World Series of nicknames. I'm fairly certain Kamala is going to pitch a perfect game by the end of this. This is fairly lame.
Country destroyer. Our country will be destroyed if she gets in.
She's in already. You said she's in already, so she's responsible for all these policies. So if she was going to get in and destroy it immediately, then why didn't she do it already? What is she waiting for? The noose to tighten? She just cruelly can't wait, but she's got to. Like, oh, it's so much sweeter.
Her radical liberal agenda ruined San Francisco. It ruined California when she was the Attorney General.
When she was Attorney General, actually, violent crime was down. When she was DA of San Francisco, violent crime went down.
It crushed our middle class, demolished.
No, it did not.
Our border, set the world on fire, and now she wants to be promoted to the job killer in chief. But much more than job killer. Everything else is going to go bad.
Right. It's not enough to call her the job killer in chief, which is something they did workshop, and this motherfucker can't even deliver his line. It's like when he does "you're fired," and it's supposed to just say it. Just go, "You're fired." Round of applause. He always goes, "You're fired. Get out of there. You gotta go. I said the fired part. It's fired. Yeah, and you're out." Like, shut up. Shut it. Like, just say the line and hold. I don't want to give the fucker advice, but it's the same problem here. Just like he can't even take. They worked on that. You can tell. Job killer in chief. Like that. Just call her the job killer in chief. We're gonna attack her on the economy. Call her job killer. That's lock into that. This is your economic speech. Shut the fuck up. Say it and then shut the fuck up. None of it's working. You guys, I don't trust you guys. They look at them. They didn't clap a second after I said it. This is just dumb. She's the job killer. What does it say right here? The job killer in chief, and that's what she's going to be, folks. That's what she's probably worse than anybody else. They're like, and people are like ready to clap, and they're like, he's not done. He's not. Fuck. He can't. No.
She set the stage.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I can't not give him advice, but I have to point out that this is, and he's not going to change. Chris, if I was worried, honest to God, if I was worried that he might actually take my advice or my advice would get back to him and people go, oh, that's a good strategy, we should adopt that, because that's happened before in other political quarters, you're welcome, but he's not going to change. He can't fucking do it. He still can't fucking do it. I guarantee that on The Apprentice, he did the same shit and they edited it out. He went, "You're fired, Gary Busey. You fucking weirdo, blah, 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 blah." And they just took, "You're fired, Gary Busey." And they cut to a shot of Gary going, "Huh? What happened? I wasn't even sure I was still on the show. Huh?" And then they play soft music for a minute and then they get some like footage of Trump staring straight ahead and then they edit it in later.
Standard in California, think of this. If you
Think of it. This is the world's worst hypnotist.
steal $950 or less, they're going to leave you alone. They can't be bothered. So you see criminals going into stores with a little computer, adding it up, everything.
Oh, really? Did they steal the computer too? Because I think that might have put them over the number. Like, okay, retinol face cream, very expensive. And then the sort of masking stuff and fresh eyelashes. And I don't know, like that Kylie Jenner shit really just stacks up. And holy shit, this computer costs $1,100. I'm fucked. Run!
They've stolen, they want to stay under the 950, but they don't get prosecuted for above that. The only one that gets prosecuted is somebody who would talk about the unfair election. They get prosecuted.
Nobody has been prosecuted in California or anywhere else just for talking about something. We do not incarcerate people based on subject matter, you absolute tit.
But when you steal and rob and kill and so many other things, when you sell drugs and destroy people's lives, nothing happens to you under Kamala.
Actually, yeah, a lot happens to you under Kamala Harris. A lot happens. And it should, because fuck you.
But we will not let this happen. We're not going to let it happen to our country. 78 days from now, Pennsylvania is going
She's vice president, and you think she runs shit. It's already happening.
to tell her that we've had enough, that we can't take it anymore, and
We can't take it anymore. Come on, lady. Conflating the boy. We're gonna nothing to do with the play.
Comrade.
Oh, I fucked the lineup. He did it again. You did it again. Comrade Kamala. That's a job killer in chief. Comrade Kamala. This is the line. You worked it out. It's in the fucking teleprompter. And what the fuck did you do? Huh? What'd you do, stupid? You fucked it up.
That we can't take it anymore,
We can't take it anymore. Lady flagging.
and
Comrade. He's trying to recover. You can see he's like, God damn it. You gotta back up and do it again.
that we can't take it anymore, and Comrade Kamala Harris, you're fired. Get out. You're not doing the job. Get out.
See, he couldn't do it. Motherfucker, what'd I just say? What'd I just say? He can't do it. He can't do it. He fucking can't do it. He can't just go, job killer in chief, Comrade Kamala, you're fired. The place would go nuts. Like, his audience would freak the fuck out. They would fill in the gaps, but he can't do it. You know why? Because he's got low self-esteem. He's not a narcissist. He's scared shitless, and he knows he's full of fucking beans that he doesn't think anybody could possibly believe this shit. So he just got to keep yammering. Sometimes you got to hold for the response from the audience. Watch this again. Like, this is your fucking line, dude. You worked on this. And look how, like, weird he is, because you can tell he hates it. He's like, I didn't come up with these lines. Or I don't believe I did, because he also takes credit for shit he didn't come up with either. Like MAGA, and like that was Reagan's speech in 1980, and America First, which was on these fucking Nazi coins back in the fucking 30s. But he's like, I don't want to say it. Like, he gets this like,
Good lady.
That we can't take it.
We can't take it, lady. I'm flagging the floor. I can't do it. Don't. A boy in hey. Get Reagan.
anymore. And Comrade Kamala Harris, you're fired. Get out. You're not doing the job. Get out. You're fired.
You're fired. Yeah, that's even worse. Oh God, that's ass. It didn't even. Not only did he not say the line and cut it off and do all the notes that I have, but he even does like a lame version of it at the end. Like he just, yeah, fired. I don't even like it. I don't know what it is.
You're fired. Well,
You're fired. And I mean it this time.
Lady